Yo, what's up guys? You got Pokegame here with the first video of 2022. Let's make it a good year. We have a moveset video guide on how to use Electivire in Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. If you guys do enjoy these moveset video guys, make sure you leave a like and also leave a comment down below of what Pokemon you'd like me to see, or to cover next, excuse me, you'd like to see me cover next. Now remember, I have done a bunch of Pokemon, so make sure you check out the playlist as well just to see what mons I've already covered. And also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. My end of this year goal is 300,000 subscribers. I believe we're at 273,000, which is pretty awesome. So if you guys do like the content, subscribe. Also, today's the last day to get 10% off my new merch by using code NEWYEAR. That code ends at 11:59 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys want to pick up the merch, there's only one more week left on the merch anyway, but if you want to pick up the new merch, the link is down below. So let's cover Electivire. So back in the day, in Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the original, there was this combination called Garavire, or Gyrovire, however you want to say it. And that's basically the combination of Rotom plus, Gyarados plus Electivire. And by bringing out Gyarados, people would go for electric moves with their Starmie. You'd switch out into Electivire. You'd get your Motor Drive speed boost, so when you get hit with an electric type attack, you're immune to it and you get +1 speed. And you try and sweep. Now this strat kind of fell off when Pokemon Platinum came out and Rotom got alternate forms, which were still Ghost and Electric, and then in Gen 5 they became their, whatever the typing they are now, right? Rotom Wash is water plus electric. So it kind of made Electivire not be good just because those Rotom appliances were really bulky and they could take on all of Electivire's sets. Fast forward to the new generation, BDSP rather, not the new generation, new game, and there's Team Preview, which makes Garavire not that great. However, I assure you that later today in a Showdown Live, I will be showing off the power of Electivire plus Gyarados. So definitely watch that Showdown Live later today. So the first set we have is probably my favorite set with Electivire. This is physically base mixed. So Electivire has a really good base 123 attack stat and a pretty decent base 95 speed stat, especially in a Gen 4 type metagame. And they did buff it slightly by giving it Wild Charge. Before its physical, back in the day, its physical electric move was Thunder Punch. So Wild Charge and Thunder Punch, there's definitely a difference there. Not too much though. I think that Wild Charge should honestly go up to 100 or 120 base power. Or just give Volt Tackle to more Pokemon. Seriously, I don't think it should be Pikachu's move. I think it should be that. Or give Electivire Plasma Fist. Like, if there's anything that can have Plasma Fist, it should be Electivire for sure. And also maybe part Dark or part Fighting type. I'd be okay with that too. Same with Zeraora. But this set runs mixed because Electivire has a pretty good physical move set, and it also has some better special moves than there are physical. So, max attack, max speed for special attack. The first move you're going to have is Wild Charge. This is your electric stab. This is your way of obviously dealing with flying and water types. Ice Punch is next. Ice Punch is really good because you can pick off a KO on Special Defensive Gliscor after rocks. You can deal with Garchomp as well. There's like a lot of 4 times effective Pokemon, Salamence and Flygon, that are running around that you can knock out with an Ice Punch. And then you have Flamethrower or Fire Punch. Now if you opt to go Fire Punch, you can just go Jolly Nature. You don't have to go Hasty. The reason you go for Flamethrower is because Flamethrower will do more to Impish Scizor, the one that runs like Impish, 156 defense, 96 special defense, which still deals with Latios, but also lets it deal with Garchomp and Gliscors and Mamoswines better. But if you don't want to have that, and you'll do more Flamethrower to those sets, but if you don't have that and you're more so fearing Careful Scizor, like max HP, max special defense, Fire Punch is better because Fire Punch can pick up a guaranteed KO after rocks. So it's up to you what you want. Obviously it has higher attack than it does special attack, but Flamethrower on certain sets can just hit harder. And then the last move is either Earthquake, Low Kick, or Cross Chop. Earthquake is a guaranteed KO on Magnezone, which is something you switch into because you resist Splash Cannon, and you also get the speed boost from its Thunderbolt. Low Kick, it's also a KO on Heatran. Low Kick is a KO on Tyranitar, while also still hitting Magnezone and Heatran for super effective damage for solid 2-hit KOs. And then there's Cross Chop, which can do all of the above, right? It can knock out Tyranitar, it can 2-hit KO Heatran, it can 2-hit KO Magnezone, but more importantly, it's stronger versus Blissey. So you can smash Blissey with a Cross Chop. But however, the drawback is Cross Chop can miss. However, you can also crit. So it's kind of like what you want, pick your poison when it comes to the first Electivire set. I typically like Wild Charge, Flamethrower, Ice Punch, and Earthquake the most, but obviously if something like Tyranitar you find yourself struggling with, go Low Kick or Cross Chop. So the next set we have, if you have physically based mix, we have to go specially based mix. Now this one, still Hasty Nature, but instead of running max attack, you're running max special attack, max speed with a life form. You have Flamethrower. Flamethrower is one of your strongest attacks. Obviously great versus the grass types, and also like Breloom running around, as well as Scizor, the steel types like Scizor. And then your electric move is either Thunderbolt or Volt Switch. Thunderbolt is more spammable, whereas Volt Switch can give you some momentum, allowing you to get in with Electivire and then Volt Switch out to bring in a better teammate. I think you always want Ice Punch on Electivire no matter what, because Gliscor is the second most common Pokemon in the tier. It also hits Latios for super effective damage, Dragonite for 4 times effective damage, Garchomp for 4 times effective damage, and then your last move is either Earthquake or Focus Blast. Earthquake, I think on a specially based set, you definitely want to be able to deal with Heatran better. At least on the physically based set, most Heatran run special defensive, so you hit them harder with Wild Charge. This one does not have Wild Charge, so you definitely want that Earthquake to be able to knock out Heatran after Stealth Rock, guarantee. And your last move could be Focus Blast if you don't want to use Earthquake. Now, why would you use Focus Blast? A move that can miss. Stronger versus Pokemon like Shuca Berry, Aggron, and like lower tiers where Electivire ends up usually landing, because I doubt it is OU right now. You'll do 1,000,000% to Mamoswine, you'll knock it out in one hit. Good versus Abomasnow as well, though you do have Flamethrower, but it's just something like normal types like Amapound will drop as well. So this Exploud will also drop. So I'm just talking about lower tier threats that Electivire can really deal with. 2-hit KO and Licky Licky, things like that. So it's just another option for Electivire. Stronger versus Regirock and Registeel than your other attacks as well. So a lot of rock types and ground and steel types are more physically defensive than they are special defensive, so Focus Blast just gives you a means of dealing with those physical walls. So we have physically based mix, we have specially based mix, and now we have Choice Band. I like Choice Band Electivire, but it does require a lot of prediction. Oh, not a lot. Basically, you just got to Ice Punch once into the ground type and you're good with this Pokemon, right? But Choice Band Electivire, you're taking advantage of that base 123 attack. Obviously, with the Choice Band, you have that 1.5 times boost, so Wild Charge is going to be there, and then you have Ice Punch, of course. If you can catch Gliscor, with an Ice Punch, or if it's in front of you and you just knock it out with a Choice Band Ice Punch, so much better for Electivire to be able to spam its other moves. Fire Punch is a guarantee KO on Scizor, and then, of course, Earthquake, Low Kick, and Cross Chop. I've already mentioned why you would use one or the other, so it kind of is up to you on what you decide versus them. Don't ever be crazy and use Dynamic Punch. And I know some people, I mean, I guess on a Gravity team, there are other options as well against other fighting type attacks. Like there's always Hammer Arm. I don't like Hammer Arm personally, just because lowering Electivire's speed. It's already not the fastest Pokemon, but it has a good speed tier over most standard Gliscors. Like Gliscor hits the same speed tier, but they don't run max speed. So being able to be faster than that, being able to be faster than Jolly Mamoswine, being able to be faster than Jolly Breloom, being able to be faster than Nidoking, a lot of threats, which is another mon that Earthquake can hit harder as well. It's pretty cool. So again, Earthquake, Low Kick, Cross Chop, really up to you. And then the last set we have for Electivire, unfortunately Electivire does not have Meditate anymore, which would be a way of boosting your attack +1. And of course, I didn't mention, but you could Brick Break if you're scared of dual screens. But the last set is Choice Scarf. So Choice Scarf set, kind of using it like a hit and run type Pokemon. You can pick up some surprise KOs on a weakened Garchomp, or because Garchomp will always think it's faster, or like a weakened Infernape, or like a Latios if it's like at 60%. So it's physically based, and the set is Wild Charge, Ice Punch, Flamethrower, and Volt Switch. I think on this one you definitely want Flamethrower, just because Electivire is also probably going to be hitting into Pokemon like Garchomp and stuff like that too, so you don't want to take Rough Skin for no reason. But Flamethrower is just generally better in my opinion, just stronger base power, even though obviously the attack versus special attack, it depends on Scizor's EVs, but I like it better. As well as for things like Magnezone, you do more damage because they're more physically defensive. But the last move is Volt Switch. Volt Switch will give you momentum for your team while also using Electivire as a cool Choice Scarf user. And it does outspeed Scarf Breloom, which is pretty nice as well. It's faster than a +1 Dragonite, which is cool, which you have the Ice Punch to help check it. Faster than a +1 for Alligator. Faster than Manaphy, which is nice because if you get a little bit of chip off on Manaphy with a little damage on something, like let's say you had Scizor out and you U-turn on Manaphy as they tail glowed, you bring out Electivire, they think they're faster, they can knock you out. Nope, you're faster, you knock them out with Wild Charge. And also Flamethrower is just better versus Pokemon like Tangrowth too, so that's why I like Flamethrower more. But that's the set for Choice Scarf Electivire. Earthquake can somewhere be slashed. I don't like it as much. I think it's more of a hit and run type Pokemon, a revenge killer, getting a KO and doing that. In terms of teammates, the OG teammate of Gyarados with Electivire is obviously a solid core. Of course, Rotom Wash is a little bit scarier now because it can Will-O-Wisp and it's part water type too. But that also means that Electivire can hit it for neutral damage with a Wild Charge. I think Starmie plus Electivire, basically any water type plus Electivire I think is pretty good too. Starmie has a good speed tier over Latios, over Gengar, which are things that can threaten Electivire, hit them for strong hits like Ice Beam and Psychic. I like Scizor a lot too because Electivire struggles, like I said, with faster Pokemon like Gengar, like Alakazam, like Latios, so Scizor can tank those hits. Weavile is another good Pokemon for the same thing, basically outspeeds the aforementioned threats. Electivire with a Life Orb can work on Sticky Web, so Smeargle as well as Shuckle are pretty good options for this Pokemon too. And then there's also basically your ground types like Electivire plus Gliscor are pretty good, basically because it lets you switch it on Hippowdon, Garchomp, and opposing Gliscor, and you can U-turn out to get momentum. So Electivire really does appreciate hazard support. It appreciates Pokemon that can come in on the ground type attacks aimed at it, and also it's not the bulkiest Pokemon, right? It has a really low defense, and there's a lot of physical priority, though it does resist at least Bullet Punch, which is pretty cool. So you can usually take a Bullet Punch from Scizor, even if you have a minus defense nature, and then knock him out better with a Flamethrower. It also has decent special defense, so it can live like a random Hydro Pump from full from Starmie, for instance, and KO it back with Wild Charge. So those are things that you want to play and keep in mind when you're dealing with Electivire. But that's basically all I have for you guys today. Probably gonna do Magmortar tomorrow if I end up recording it and showing live, or we'll do one other of the other Pokemon that you guys mentioned down below. Hope y'all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you leave a like, subscribe. If you click a Samsung link I do have down below, you actually help me out a lot, so I'd appreciate that too. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.